Hi, my name is Adeba Okawa. I'm from Lagos, Nigeria, and I'm the creative director of a Nigerian menswear label called Orange Culture. I've been running Orange Culture for about 2 years. From over 2 years now. It turns 3 this year. I started Orange Culture after working with a couple of designers back home in Nigeria, and I decided I wanted to do something that was different. Lots of the brands in Nigeria had their own sort of niche and their own aesthetic, but nothing that was really suited to what I wanted to do. And I felt like the menswear sort of section in Nigeria didn't have a lot of variety, so I wanted to focus on menswear and focus on menswear that appealed to an interesting sort of lifestyle, a lifestyle that I felt I was comfortable with, and a lifestyle that I felt was exploratory and creative. And that's where Orange Culture started from. So it was sort of my medium of speech and my way of sort of telling people my story. I'm a self-taught designer. I trained myself because I studied finance. I didn't study fashion design because we don't have fashion design schools back home. We have some schools that were teaching design, but weren't teaching it with the resources sort of necessitated. So I wanted to study finance or business and then teach myself through experience. So after working with designers, I was able to train myself and then work myself through the processes and then start my label through that training. So I've been producing most of my collections back home in Nigeria just because I wanted to sort of push for African production, Nigerian production. I wanted to push for something back home because I do feel as a label you should be able to represent where you come from and you should be able to contribute to the economy that you're coming from. So I wanted to make sure that my label offered something to my home. And in terms of production, we were doing handmade pieces back home in Nigeria and everything was produced at home. But the issue is we didn't have enough to sort of keep up because we didn't have the right machinery, the labor isn't skilled, and because obviously the design schools are still, they haven't sort of found themselves back home in Nigeria. This labor is still very sort of raw, so it's a raw sort of labor, it's not very professional. So production was done back home in Nigeria. But now that the label is sort of expanding, we have people interested in the label and aren't really interested in African production, because as much as Africa is a trend, people are only interested in writing about it. People aren't interested in trading, which is a problem for us as African designers, because you can get features in magazines and in press, but then what happens if you're not really making money from the collections that you're actually producing? Orange Culture is currently working on a new collection that we've been invited to show at Pitti Uomo in Florence, Italy. So since I started Orange Culture, all my collections have been self-funded. But now that we have such a short period of time to produce the collection for the trade show, we need your help. We appeal to every one of you to please donate something to this collection's production and to be a part of the Orange Culture journey. So since the inception of Orange Culture, there's been a lot of press attention from amazing prestigious magazines like Vogue, Marie Claire, Elle, and we were shortlisted for the LVMH prize out of 2,000 applicants all over the world. Orange Culture was one of the labels picked to present to amazing designers like Karl Lagerfeld, Nicolas Gasquet, Riccardo Tisci, and we got a lot of advice from even a designer like Umberto from Kenzo. He spoke to us about Africa and just being a brand in Africa, and it's just exciting to see where Orange Culture has come now and to see how much more we can do as a brand. So with all of these things that have been able to happen for the brand, you can only imagine, and we're very optimistic about what could happen with your help, with your donations emotionally, financially, and just whether it's press or just tweeting. We just wanted to be a part of the growth of Orange Culture, and we're really excited to see how far I would come with all of this. So I just want to say thank you so much, and hopefully we'll get there with all of you. Thank you.